Hello, this is Sharpedo43 once again. Today I have a UU battle with someone by the name of Kurt Rocks. Only thing I'm gonna say about this guy is that I know who he is, but that's about it. My opponent's team consists of Crobat, Blastoise, Heliolisk, which is interesting considering I faced one of those very recently. He has a Delphox. He also has I keep forgetting what the thing's called. I forget what it's called, but he also has a Mamoswine. And this match I think was also pretty close, which is pretty interesting. So we're gonna see what happens. So I'm gonna lead off with Flygon. He's gonna lead off with Mamoswine. I'm gonna go for the U-turn, risking the possible Ice Shard. And I go into my Milotic. I kinda had a feeling he would go for Stealth Rocks as well, which is why I risked the Ice Shard. Got a Flame Orb up, which is really good. He sends out Heliolisk. I go for Scald. Does not affect it. I basically repeated the same mistake I did when I battled Jugo Prime and just went for Scald knowing he had a Heliolisk, which is unfortunate. So many things to learn the hard way. But anyways, he switches into the, or I get sent in Flygon and just have to take a Hyper Voice, which is pretty unfortunate. Yeah, I switch out my Milotic into Flygon, so yeah. And then he goes into, what's it called? Crobat, and I just switch into the Sableye. He goes for U-turn, and then he sends out Delphox. I get some recovery with the leftovers, and I switch out because I don't want this thing to Fire Blast me to death. So yeah, and I go into my Milotic because it's the one thing that can take it. He goes for Dazzling Gleam though. This thing, so it had Dazzling Gleam as well as a move, and I just spam recover. Unfortunately, no, I'm just kidding. I think I just go for a couple of recovers, and then I think I try to Scald it again or something. Oh no, actually I think I Ice Beamed right here, just in case he went back to the Heliolisk. But after I recover, of course. So, as I get Lefty's recovery, he's just gonna Volt Switch. Not Lefty's recovery, as I go for recover, after I go for recover. He goes for Volt Switch again. Goes in the Crobat. I just went for the Ice Beam because I couldn't just stay in anymore. I basically stayed in on another Heliolisk with this Milotic. I'm surprised this thing didn't go for... Actually, I'm not surprised. I just am glad it didn't go for Thunderbolt. At least I got damage on this Crobat. But unfortunately I lose my Milotic because there's so much switching in this team. There's so much U-turning, so much Volt switching, and I got nothing to kind of punish it on my team. Chestnut, there we go. That was the one. I didn't know what its name was. It's because I almost never see these either, so yeah, he sends in Chestnut now, and I send in Sableye after losing my Milotic. And I just go for the knockoff. I'm surprised he stayed in, honestly. I could have like Will-O-Wisp this thing, but he just went for a Leech Seed, and that's actually really annoying. Anything with Leech Seed is usually really annoying. This Chestnut is really annoying. He looks annoying in my opinion, so it's like, oh my god. And he's setting up more spikes in my face, which is another thing that annoyed me a lot about this damn Chestnut is that it's just looking at you like that, and it's setting up shit in your face. It's Leech Seeding you, then throwing spikes out. It's like, come at me, bro. Like, just throwing out more spikes. It's like, bitch, get out of here with that. I got the burn on this thing because for some reason he's still staying in on this thing. I don't even know if this thing even has anything for Sableye, but he's just still here being annoying with this Chestnut. He switches out now though, and it's like, oh boy. I think here I went for a knockoff again. Yeah, I went for a knockoff because that was my only attacking move on this thing. So he switches into this Blastoise, gets more Leech Seed, so that knockoff literally did nothing. And I think he Mega Evolves, but I switch out first because I don't want this thing to Hydro Pump me, so I went for Kingdra. Took some Spikes damage, unfortunately. And now this thing is gonna Mega Evolve into Mega Blastoise, and it's gonna go for a Dark Pulse, which sucks because I literally had nothing to switch into this. I just went for a Draco Meteor in this thing. I didn't care if he switched out. I just wanted something to take chip, and this honestly didn't even do it. Well, it did over half, but wow, that is one bulky ass turtle, tortoise, whatever. It kills me with an Ice Beam, I think, and I just go into Crobat now. I defog those annoying spikes so that the rest of my team doesn't be taking spikes. And he goes for Scald, which, oh my god, it does a lot. It doesn't kill. This actually makes me wonder if it's actually a bulky Blastoise, because it didn't kill. I think it would have if it was fully invested in offense, but I don't know. I could be wrong. He goes for another Scald, finishes on my Crobat, so right away I lose Crobat as well. So that kind of sucks. I go into Sharpedo now just to crunch it, finish it off. And then he goes into Heliolisk. I go for the crunch. I got a speed boost, which is really, really nice. Here I protected because I was kind of afraid this Heliolisk might be scarred for some reason. So I just protected again to get +2 speed. And then I go for another crunch. He doesn't switch into Heliolisk. Heliolisk. Why do I keep confusing that shit with Heliolisk? He doesn't switch into Chestnut for some reason, knowing that he can resist a lot of the things it has. But I go for Protect again because I wanted to see if he was going to try to Leech Seed me again. But he actually goes for Spiky Shield. So this is clearly an annoying Leech Seed, Spiky Shielding Chestnut. That is super annoying. Here, I kind of choked here and actually just went for the Mega Evolution and just went for an Ice Fang, I think. But he went for Spiky Shield, which, oh my god, can you just stop doing that? That's really annoying. Because I don't like Leech Seed Spiky Shielding strats. But then again, look who's talking. I'm just kidding, I don't like it, it's just that when I have to use it, I have to use it. Or if a mon that I like uses that strat, I'm gonna use it, obviously. If I want to be winning, of course. So I can't blame him for doing the strat, but that doesn't mean I like it, to be perfectly honest. Here I choke once again, and this was probably the biggest choke of them all, but I actually got so annoyed with this Chestnut that I was actually I switched myself out. He got into my head a little bit that he actually just forced me to switch somehow. And this thing dies, which is why I don't get why I switched out. I switched into Sableye, and now I have to deal with this Delphox. I could have swept this team with Sharpedo, I think, if I didn't freaking switch out. Cause I could have. He was gonna just Spiky Shield again. I could have protected on that same turn or something, or maybe just kept going for the attack until I just kill it, and then I could have just crunched the Delphox here, gotten rid of that because it wasn't sashed. So yeah, this thing has Magician too, which is kind of interesting. I've never seen a Magician Delphox actually. Most of them usually carry Blaze so that when they're low enough HP they do a lot with Fire Blast, but I don't know. It's Kurt Rocks, so I guess he just likes running some heat. I go back into Sharpedo, which was thankfully able to outspeed this thing because it's no longer scarred, but unfortunately because I switched out, now I can't outspeed the Crobat, which will now kill me with a U-turn. Which sucks because if I had not switched out, this thing would have just died to one Ice Fang. That really, really sucks. It really sucks that I had to choke the match like that. I couldn't, I don't know, I was just so annoyed at this freaking Leech Seed Spiky Shielding strat. Just got on my nerves and I just literally choked. There's nothing more I can say. This thing got the better out of me. And he switches out, he U-turns, I survived, and then I crunched the Blastoise, and then the Mamoswine comes out, and this thing is just literally gonna Ice Shard the rest of my team. It's gonna Ice Shard Sharpedo, it's gonna KO because it's under HP. That crit literally didn't matter. And that thing was a Life Orb Mamoswine, it wasn't Sash, so I'm surprised. And he goes for the Ice Shard on this thing as well, which was definitely gonna die. And I lose to Kurt Rocks, which is kind of unfortunate. Fun fact though, this battle was actually from another tournament that Chartheos hosted, but thing was that I actually just lost round 1, so yeah, kinda can't blame me for that. I thought I was gonna do, you know, another thing was that I kind of underestimated this guy a little bit, because he sounded so like he didn't know what he was doing, that I kind of thought, I might be able to beat this guy. But holy cranberries, this guy came up to me with a strat that I still wasn't familiar with, that got the better out of me, but whatever. Good game anyway.